BadgerLink is Wisconsin's online library, providing Wisconsin residents with a collection of licensed, trustworthy databases and online resources from 6 content providers. All BadgerLink resources are paid for with state funding, so are accessible to be used by all Wisconsin residents. You can view all of the BadgerLink resources available on the BadgerLink website at badgerlink.dpi.wi.gov. From the home page, you can select the All Resources page at the top to view all 60 plus resources in the BadgerLink collection. This collection is made up of 60 plus resources from 6 different content providers, so each has a bit different interface and content. That can be a lot to share with students and educators. And also there are a few different components to the BadgerLink collection that may be helpful for you as library staff to know. So with that in mind, and with the guidance of our BadgerLink advisory group, the For Library Staff page was created. So today I will not be talking about the resources themselves, but about materials created for you as library staff to share and promote BadgerLink resources found on the For Library Staff page. And you can find this page right next to the resources page in the dark blue bar on top of the homepage and most other pages of the BadgerLink website. Upon going to the For Library Staff page, you will see 3 large icons at the top right away. This is a link to Bulletin first, to the BadgerLink newsletter, where we share weekly updates on BadgerLink news related to resources, updates to resources, training opportunities, and user stories. So that's that Bulletin link. Next is the Contact Us link. Our Contact Us form is front and center on the page as well, so you can get to the DPI folks that work on BadgerLink at any time. And the request training form, where you can request personalized training on BadgerLink resources and access needs that you may want for you and your colleagues. Very similar to the training we're providing today. Next on the page is an accordion of other sections that drop down to show applicable icons and links under each section. Each section of the For Library Staff page has valuable information for you as library staff members to hopefully help support and guide you in sharing BadgerLink resources with your community. So the first section we're going to review today is called Getting Started. This section contains quite a bit of information created to assist you in providing access to BadgerLink resources to your students and educators. The setup guide is a document that explains how BadgerLink authentication works and was created with you all in mind to start or continue a conversation with your IT folks at your district. The next link on the Getting Started section is direct links to resources. This is a sheet with all 60 plus BadgerLink resources listed. So you can provide direct links to resources on your district and library web pages. You can send your students and educators to the BadgerLink website to access these resources. Remember that resources page lists every single resource in the BadgerLink collection, but we know also that you can provide better context and share these resources better than we can with the BadgerLink website. So we highly encourage you to share direct links to the resources via your web pages on your library or district website. And as you can see, they're all listed here, alphabetical by vendor first. So these are the EBSCO resources listed that we're in right now. And then it has that resource name in column B, the description of the resource in column C, and column D has that authenticated link or URL, the direct resource URL that has that authentication information so that you can have seamless access when students and educators are on the school network. And then over in columns E and F, we have a couple of different sized resource logos that you can use when adding these resources to your library website. This access guide at home or school is an infographic or visual explaining how students and educators can access BadgerLink resources from school as well as at home. This can be shared with students, families, educators, and colleagues to explain the differences in BadgerLink access when they are at school and home. Also found under Getting Started is a link to our frequently asked questions, an IP reporting form that we encourage you to bookmark and use to share updates or additional external IP ranges at your district with us in order to keep that seamless access when on the school network up to date. So the direct links to resources and the IP reporting are the two steps in getting that seamless access to BadgerLink resources on your school network. And then there's also a subscribe to Bulletin link to have those newsletter posts from Bulletin landing in your inbox and keeping BadgerLink resources at the top of mind. There's also a collection development policy link and a procurement collections document found here. We know that this is important information for full transparency of procurement of library collections and may be especially helpful in these difficult times with challenges to resources nationwide popping up all the time. So we encourage you to review this policy as well as the procurement collections document and link to and share alongside your own library's policies to the collections you develop yourself and purchase yourself when you deem it appropriate. So the links to collection development policy and procurement collections are both found under Getting Started as well. So the next section is called Resource Guides. Resource guides are documents that list the most applicable or popular BadgerLink resources based on audience or subject area. Some resources in the BadgerLink collection are not intended or the best option for our K-12 students. Remember, the BadgerLink collection is meant for all Wisconsin residents over their lifetime, so some resources will apply better than others depending on that person's age and research need. So under resource guides, you will find 3 grade level resource guides for K-12 students in elementary, middle, and high school. You will also find 4 K-12 subject area resource guides, one for English Language Arts, National History Day, Social Studies, and STEM. In addition to the K-12 grade level area and subject area resource guides, there are a few other guides under this section on the For Library staff page that may be of interest to this group. Starting with this collection development resource guide. This is for your library staff that work with print collections, adding to or weeding them. These resources provide recommendations, book reviews, and even a collection analysis tool of various parts of your library's collection. The accessibility resource guide is next. This lists all accessibility features within BadgerLink resources, which features you will find, and within which resource are listed. And as I said, with 6 different content providers providing resources, interfaces and capabilities can be different by resource. So this guide can be handy to have this functionality listed all in one place. And finally, the Educator's Professional Learning Resource Guide lists resources for keeping up with professional learning needs, such as publications by associations and organizations in the field of education. So titles like Book List, Education Digest, Reading Teacher, and School Library Journal are just a few titles you will find in these resources that may be of interest to this group. So resource guides were developed to be shared however works best for you, whether that's printing them as handouts or posting these on your website or using them as selection tools when putting direct links to resources on your own website. So I encourage you to check out all the guides and use any and all of them. Reach out to us to share your experience and provide feedback on updates or revisions to these current guides. We're also happy to assist you in making the current guides more user-friendly and personalized to your district, or create new guides for audiences we don't know about yet. And I encourage you to utilize the contact us form in providing that feedback or information. The next section is marketing the resources. This section has bookmarks and posters you can request be sent to you free of charge. These bookmarks and posters showcase various subjects and research topics one will find in BadgerLink resources, so we encourage you to view and request as many as you would like to share with your community and post on your library walls depending. The bookmarks come in packs of 100 for sharing, and you can request as many posters as you would like to display. We mail them to your library free of charge, either through the Postal Service or through the statewide delivery network. Also under marketing the resources are flyers. These are materials that you can feel free to download and print yourself or share via your web pages or social media to promote BadgerLink resources. Again, that's referred to as flyers under marketing the resources. Also is a share your BadgerLink story with us form. If you have a success story of using BadgerLink resources with your students and educators, we definitely want to hear about that and invite you to share with us so we can in turn share on the BadgerLink website. These stories have such an impact when shared with the broader library community, so we encourage you to check that part out of marketing the resources. The training materials section includes links to the BadgerLink training page's asynchronous materials on individual resources or types of resources that have been highlighted in previous webinars like this one. The BadgerLink training page has info sheets, videos, and websites that can be watched, viewed, downloaded, printed, and shared asynchronously at any time with your colleagues, students, and educators. And much like the resource guides, feel free to utilize them how you see fit. And if there's anything missing, please reach out to us to request training up here, a personalized training, or request a training be created using the request training form. And finally, the For the Classroom section highlights materials created with you all and your students using BadgerLink resources in mind. So this section includes scavenger hunts of BadgerLink resources to use with students and share with educators for beginning researchers new to this collection of resources. So there are cards that you can print with research questions on one side and step-by-step instructions on selecting a resource with applicable content and performing a search for the answer on the other side. There are also similar scavenger hunts for using BadgerLink's EBSCO Resource Explorer for students in both primary and secondary levels. As you can see, it's a little bit different, not the cards, but similar style of activity. Also in this section are 2 research guides, one for young students using Super 3 research steps and one for older students. Each research guide outlines research steps like explore, document, and write, and includes checklists for students to complete during their research process, and a glossary of definitions to words within the steps. In briefly highlighting the For Library Staff page today, I hope ideas for sharing BadgerLink resources in the classroom has been sparked. For questions or feedback on this page and what can be found here, please contact us using the Contact Us form on the For Library Staff page or email badgerlink@dpi.wi.gov. Thank you for promoting and supporting BadgerLink resources in your libraries and schools.